take the Northwest Passage to find the hand of Franklin, reaching for the Beaufort Sea, tracing one warm line through a land so wide and savage, and make a Northwest Passage to the sea. 3 centuries thereafter, I take passage overland in the footsteps of brave Kelsey, where his sea of flowers began. Watching cities rise before me, then behind me sink again. This tidiest explorer, driving hard across the plain. For just one time, I would take the Northwest Passage to find the hand of Franklin, reaching for the Beaufort Sea, tracing one warm line through a land so wide and savage, and make a Northwest Passage to the sea. And through the night, behind the wheel, the mileage clicking west, I think upon Mackenzie, David Thompson, and the rest, who cracked the mountain ramparts, and it showed a path for me to raise the roaring Fraser to the sea. For just one time, I would take the Northwest Passage to find the hand of Franklin, reaching for the Beaufort Sea, tracing one warm line through a land so wide and savage, and make a Northwest Passage to the sea. How then am I so different from the first men through this way? Like them I left a settled life, I threw it all away, to seek a Northwest Passage at the call of many men, to find there but the road back home again. For just one time, I would take the Northwest Passage to find the hand of Franklin, reaching for the Beaufort Sea, tracing one warm line through a land so wide and savage, and make a Northwest Passage to the sea. For just one time, I would take the Northwest Passage to find the hand of Franklin, reaching for the Beaufort Sea. Trace. Yeah, you've been alone. I've been gone for far too long. But with all that we've been through, after all this time, I'm coming home to you. Never let it show, the pain I've grown to know. 'Cause with all these things we do, it don't matter when I'm coming home to you. Towards the sky, I've said my goodbyes, my heart's always with you. full state.
Won't question why so many a time my prayers have made it through, yeah. 'Cause with all these things we do, it don't matter when I'm coming home to you.
Nice. Hello there.
So long just to come home to you. I'm making it through. It's been long too long. We've been alone all the time, so strong. And all that we do, the stars in the night,
Nice.
after all this time I'm coming home. Reach towards the sky. Said my goodbyes. My heart's always with you now. I won't question why so many a time my
Nice, Pete.
prayers have made it through. Cause with all these things we do, it don't matter when I'm coming out. With all that we've been through, after all this time I'm coming home to you. I can't escape this hell. So many times I've tried, but I'm still caged inside. Somebody get me through this nightmare. I can't control myself. So if you can see the darkest side of me, know when everything's a setup, I have become. Help me believe it's not the real me. Somebody help me take the setup. I can't escape myself.
Hello. Hello.
So many times I've lied, but there's still rage inside. Somebody get me through this nightmare. I can't control myself. So if you can see the
such a lonely day, and it's mine.
In this video, we'll take a look at the Gifford amp.
Such a lonely day. Shouldn't be bad. It's a day that I can't stand. The most loneliest day of my life. The most loneliest day of my life.
I know what you mean by B. Forget me.
Such a lonely day.
It's not like you're doing another live. Yeah, people are gonna drop what they're doing, re-download Gary's mod, download the correct mod pack for the server, and then get in there, which should probably take about an hour or more. I'm good. It's not gonna bother me.
Such a lonely day, and it's mine. The most loneliest day of my life. And if you go, I wanna go with you. And if you die, I wanna die with you. Take your hand and walk away.
Sure.
The most loneliest day of my life. The most loneliest day of my life. The most loneliest day of my life. Such a lonely day, and it's mine. It's a day that I'm glad I survived. Darkness, now endless rain, out in the cold, I lost my way. The storms won't last, they clear the air for something new. The sun came out and brought you through. A lifetime full of words to say. I hope the time will slow the passing day. I've been wrong times over. Like walking into a dream, someone like a gypsy.
for free. A life that healed the broken heart with all that it could. Lived the life so endlessly, saw beyond what others see. I tried to heal your broken heart with all that I could. Will you stay? Will you stay away forever? How do I live? It was just a little spark, dancing in the wind, unassuming it descends into the night. We paid it little mind. At first we should have known their plan, their lie. It was just a little smoke creeping underneath our door, like we've ignored so many times before. She broken us down. That little spark you tried to hide, it's not burning from inside. You light the flame will give you ashes. If you rig the game, will bring the masses. When everything you built collapses, and all is said and done, you'll see what's really wrong. It all started with a flash, and then we felt the black.
Hey, can you turn the dining room light on, please?
I still recall the smell of burning tires. Then someone yelled, with scattered bodies all around. That little spark just set the world on fire. You light the flame, will give you ashes. You rig the game, will bring the masses. When everything you built collapses, and all is said and done, you'll see. What's the cost? Worth the risk? How did we end up like this? We lend a helping hand, or raise an angry fist. A blank stare in the mirror. Do they see what I see? Who here has been chosen? Was it you? Was it me?
Hello, Magno.
Fight still awaits a decider of fate. Nervous conversation in the dead of night. We're out for blood. We're gonna set things right, and we both know the devil's gonna win tonight. Small hesitation in the car ride south, afraid of what's to come.
Thank you for the $100 super chat, Mr. Matamo. How are you doing, sir? How beeth you? Oh goodness.
We're on our way to hell tonight. With God as my witness, I'm an honest man.
sounds nice, actually.
as my witness, I'm an honest man.
Don't call anyone sweetheart.
Prayed it wouldn't come to this, but you forced my hand. Now there's a body in the woods, and there's blood on our hands. There's two of us left standing, but it was worth it in the end. And with God at
We've been having a lot of rain, so it's been thankfully very cool. You can help it. You can help it.
as my witness, I'm not an evil man. I prayed it wouldn't come to this, and I hope you understand. Now there's a body in the
It's
woods.
like, I'm not going to repeat myself. I'm going to be right back.
Now there's two of
Don't
us
leave. I'm
left
just going to, I'm finding my
Three
vision.
of us are damned tonight.
Where's my schmeed?
And with God as my witness, I'm not an evil man. I prayed it wouldn't come to this, but you forced my hand. Now there's a body in the woods, and there's blood on our hands. There's two of us left standing, and it was worth it in the end. But all three of us are damned tonight.
Jobs like hounds, they work and sleep and work again. In the darkest nights, they howl. Their cries are omen to everyone following. No man should stand to work all his days and have nothing at the end of them. Got no money.
Where did I put that out? Would you? If I made that pussy, would you tell me? Oh, there it is. How's everyone? Yeah, there's stream etiquette, and under any circumstance, I think it's inappropriate to flirt with the person who's streaming. This ain't TikTok. This ain't Instagram. I ain't no hoe. Right? I'm not gonna do that on my main page. Crazy. So it's crazy for you to expect anyone to do that. That's crazy. Plus, I don't find it interesting, nor, what's the word, appealing, being chopped in half by a gigantic tall woman. It's up to you if you want to go through that, but it's not my funeral. I choose life. Goodness gracious. The poor baby. Yeah, I got you, baby. Here, let me take her. You're able to go to the office. Come here, honey. Oh my goodness. Y'all want to see an angry baby? Oh, an angry baby. You tell him. You tell him. Box him. Box him, honey. Do you want to hit him with peppers?
Yeah.
Be sure I have a pocket. Whew. Nothing. Just a sweet little. She's definitely going to be a singer. Someone said they're going to be a singer. Going to be a good singer.
I'm sorry. I know. Injustice of it all.
How could you? Oh my God, Harold. Harold, how could you? I remember you. I remember when they first made chocolate.
I always hated it.
I always hated it.
I know.
Oh, you're fine, Operation. In your defense, it is so easy to do that. And what we all live and learn. Beautiful daughter, beautiful son. That's almost 2. Which don't ask me how I feel about that, because I'm probably gonna cry.
Okay.
Oh my God. Listen, chat. Nothing in my life says I want a metal desktop 3D printer, but them selling them hoes for $12 to $15 to $17,000. Yes, that is enormously cheap for something that can print what? I think it can print Inconel. It can print 30 fucking 4 stainless steel, or like all the various different metals you would have. Hold on, let me see what the fucking. I wish. I wish. Definitely not that kind of hobbyist money. Now, for some people, like, oh, that's nothing. You're lucky. I'll say that. With initial founder kits starting at $9,600. Okay, now that's great. Now here's the metals it can print. First of all, I'm very happy with that. 99% density metal, 3D printed from powder. You could do 316 stainless steel. Where's the other parts? Hold on. Hold on, I'm trying to find the. Come on, product. Okay, show me the material list. At a 30 micron level, that's actually pretty substantial. Who's Winston? No, 2 to 100 nanometer layer height with 99% density. That's fantastic. Now, eventually they're going to start it at what? Yeah, $18,000 for fully assembled. Kits are $14,000. I would be terrified to put that thing together. Okay, the metals it can print with are 314L stainless steel. It can print tool steel. It can print Inconel. What is that element symbol? Hold on. Pretty sure that's copper. Nickel alloys, such as, for example, Inconel, which is fantastic. Oh, Duolingo's in chat. Oh, hello, Duolingo. Duolingo, how you doing? If you want to post in the community section and interact with that and have other people in the community, I'm sure. But what do you mean by post on my community? It doesn't really notify anyone, I don't think. Same notification that goes live is what gets sent to anyone else. This printer is 66 pounds, which for for any type of printer is insane. It's not a reward. The print build volume is 100. It's 4 inches by 4 inches by 4 inches, which 4 inches is a lot.
Come on.
It's a lot. Did you hear what I said, baby?
What?
The build space, the build volume is 4 inches by 4 inches by 4 inches. 4 inches is very long.
Huge.
Huge.
People
In fact,
say,
hold on. I'm trying to find the metal list they said it prints in. 316 stainless steel, which is actually fucking great. 300 tool steel, which is probably going to be the most useful metal used in this printer. And, oh, let's be fucking honest, Inconel. The fact that you're able to print with Inconel, even if you can get your hands on good quality Inconel powder, that shit's expensive. If you're curious what Inconel is, it's the same metal they use to make rocket engines. Now, of course, they have proprietary methods and proprietary blends. So does most companies. But Inconel, generally, even with its properties, is fantastic. And the fact that you're able to 3D print with that shit is even more fantastic, because you could 3D print a literal at-home 3D printed nozzle that has internal pipage that coils along the entire internals of the said engine, and you're able to pump coolant through that.
don't growl at me.
You know, if it's not just coolant, it could be specifically the cryogenic fuel or liquid fuel that you're using to pump through the engine to begin with. But the ability to have hobbyists and people who, you know, don't need 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, multiple steps. No, The machine, you put in the G code, the machine prints it, and you have a finished product when it comes out on a desktop that can print on a normal plug, not some special 220 volt plug. It's truly a hobbyist sized, if just not, a little expensive. $9,600 for, I think they should honestly just keep it that. Making it $18,000 is a bit of a, still a bit of a stretch for most people. I'm excited for them to make it cheaper. That's what I want. Oh shit, I have this part that has, made it impossible for my vehicle to run, but I have to order it and its shipping cost is ridiculous. Oh, let me make it out of fucking titanium. Out of spite.
My For You page for my YouTube says
Why is it screwed?
we only watch it whenever we go to bed. It's so like my bedtime interests and my daytime interests are two different things, and it's only full of my bedtime interests.
Damn. No, 3D printing, at home 3D printing can absolutely make sense. Okay? It's the fact that they keep pricing them how the market is. It's very simple. The houses should be $35,000, and that's about it. If not, then it's just substantially cheaper. But they're making it $500,000, $600,000, $700,000. You're defeating the fucking point. The whole point of this is that you could mass produce homes, make them cheap, and then you get over the fact that you're selling a mass produced home unit, or a home, or home complexes, or buildings for cheap. They're just pocketing the same money, and defeats the whole point. I don't fucking care, YouTube. The real point, in my opinion, is
Okay, you don't need
the. It also doesn't help that material costs are just up as well.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, yeah, lovely.
Can I have a paper towel? Was that all you had? I think you need a little bit too much. You get a little full.
So, I am curious to see I'm gonna super glue my bed to my ceiling for shits and giggles. Good luck. Good luck, bud.
You don't need it. You just ate so much that you spit out.
Nolan, I don't look like Jason Momoa. I look like your mailman. The one thing fair happens in a classic 50s film, that happens every time. It's the one thing they pick every time. Oh, I'm in this relationship with a tool, but I don't see it. But I live in a I live in this nice big city, but then I go to a small town and meet a childhood friend that turns out to be my
Hallmark.
true love. Oh my God, Hallmark film. Oh my God, TLC. It's like if I look like Jason Momoa, I am a billionaire.
Wait, what are you trying to get at?
That's something that I would love to take advantage of in a 10,000 year scenario. Some crazy steampunky bronze building, bronze construction, cogs and gears and all the different shit.
Are you sure?
Goodness.
You took down a lot there.
No, not necessarily. So, the reason why I say like steampunky is because steam power is, criminally underrated as a.
Oh,
Go ahead. No, you're fine.
off the counter, and those two little Phillips Edison bottles. Give me the one that has milk in it.
Okay.
Settling down or no?
It wouldn't really be like bronze because in reality, like, it's easier in an ancient scenario where you're being sent back in time to do bronze eventually, because copper, as much as it's copper and tin are two elements, or even arsenic are two elements that are generally not nearly as rich on the Earth's crust than iron, and then eventually getting steel, but that's a little bit difficult. But how hilarious would it be to have a building-sized 3D printer that just uses powderized metals, all steampunky looking?
Release that I don't think realistically needs any introduction on the channel. One that has changed my life completely and the lives of so many others surrounding it. And this game, upon its release, I can imagine that a lot of people, including myself, thought to this very day that it would not only still be full of life, but still climbing in popularity, becoming Paradox Interactive's most popular game. A game that I think is carried not only by its developers, but in my opinion, the community around it. One that is no doubt very passionate about it, I will add, but from all the modders that have created some of the most feature-rich mods that even
Hmm?
You want to get past it from the past seat.
I mean, there's plenty of diamond out there. You can do it.
usurped the main game in so many ways. People like myself, if those technologies have been making the billions again, I'm talking about the
Change.
On Earth won't have the resources for constructing sensors. They'll be too busy finding food and shelter for refugees. Then, I suggest an immediate program to relocate existing sensors. Can your submind manage that? Tell the UN where to move sensors? Yes. Whether the monkeys on your homeworld will take advice is another issue. Let me handle that. Well, there are other things I can use as data resources. Medical information from smartwatches, social media posts and emails about people not feeling well. Even how and when people interact with their phones can alert me to changes in behavior that might indicate an infection. At least my submind can determine where the health organizations on Earth should deploy teams to investigate. Good. Is there anything that can be done to prepare for a pandemic? Without knowing the type and characteristics of the infectious agent? No. Well, not exactly no, but not much. Joe, it depends on how many resources your people are willing to devote to producing antimicrobial and antiviral drugs.
If it's, it would be their end, and if they don't, the whole world is going to be like, haha. All right, let's all focus on this. Let's all bring collectively 8 billion meat sack brains together and figure this one out.
He said with disgust. When he began sharing technology with us, there was great excitement that many diseases that had plagued humanity could be eliminated. The fact that even relatively low-tech species like the cristang could regrow lost and damaged body parts offered hope for people who, like Jeremy Smythe, had lost limbs. It was true that humanity now had access to incredible medical knowledge. It was not true that there was enough advanced tech for everyone. The sophisticated nanomachines that helped Margaret Adams recover from a brain injury and grew replacement legs for Smythe were in short supply. Early on, there was talk of a crash program to develop the manufacturing capability to make the incredibly powerful nanomachines. But that talk faded when companies realized the mind-boggling...
A ton of people know about Star Wars.
cost involved.
Tons of people.
So the UN had pinned humanity's hopes
what I
on
want
purchasing
Total War
advanced
to
medical
do?
technology
I want
from
them
the
to come
Raptor
back
or the
to
Ruhan until we could make our own.
a fucking time where they had, like, the American Revolution, for example, Total War Empire. Beautiful game. Takes place in multiple different avenues, either early colonialism, dealing with, 14th century ideals to deal with, or the 17th century turn of the close to the 18th century, which is fantastic. You never get anywhere near there, especially since the last time they did that, and I'm not counting Napoleon Total War. I'm talking about like a full total unity version like Total War Empire was. 2009. They haven't done that shit since 2009. Yeah, you would. They are there's a reason why all of the Empire's attire is very reminiscent to Hugo Boss and what you would consider. Now, Napoleon, people would argue being like Napoleon Total War is definitely one they focused on, and it was great, and it is great, but also, really, they made that a year later. They didn't, it's not like 2020, not even like the teens in respective tech. Like, I'm pretty sure there was a set of mods, I'm pretty sure a set of mods that had some modders do, some futurization, but you can't push that engine that they made in 2009 so far, unfortunately.
Those negotiations understandably took a back seat to our need for starships, and now no aliens wanted to do business with Earth. So however humanity managed a pandemic, we had to do it with our own homegrown resources and technology. I was not optimistic. Okay, I took a breath. Let's assume we work with what we have. Then, and I'm not trying to be funny when I say this, you are screwed, dude. Yeah. So much for defense. Let's talk offense. What? Offense. When the Mavericks discovered that Paradise was threatened by a bioweapon, you created a cure and a vaccine. I did. That was not easy. I don't have the brain power to even earn the right to be called magnificent. Here's my question. Create a bioweapon. Oh. He's in a low moan. I did not like that idea. Wow, that's... Are you sure? Sure that we need a way to hit back if the kitties or the spiders hit Earth with a biological agent? Yes. Skippy, I don't plan to use a weapon. All I want is something to show that we have the ability to retaliate if...
I'm sure some fucking losers definitely devoted their life into doing that, and all I gotta say is rest in pepperoni, man. There are some people that would risk everything and anything for 3 hots and a cot, and it will be you in that case. And I'm not saying you or making any general threat, but that type of person we're describing, person who would want to follow after who that guy was, for sure. Yeah, I think. Oh yeah, I mean, if we're talking in a modern sense of like some leader turning into a dictator that would be capable of genocide in some manner, yeah, we're in a situation where that's the case. Like, I'm gonna be real honest, Putin's pretty fucking heavy set on fucking killing as many people as possible in Ukraine, no matter how many Russians die in the process, which, mind you, is an uncomfortably high number to digest. Even if I'm not on their side, it is an uncomfortable number. Oof. Bad. That was loud. Okay, let me do this here. Okay. Oh yeah, they're fucking. Russia's not. They're not capable of dealing with it. Even if they were actually taking it serious instead of saying, oh, all is well, we're winning the war. Oh, we captured this city, by the way. Which, you know what Preston's reaction was when they said they conquered a city in Ukraine? He went to go visit Ukraine again, went to the city they said they captured 2 days after they reported they captured it. Which is, AKA, they sent a guy with a flag, had a camera overhead, and the Russian flag on some building in the middle of the town, even though it's crawling with Ukrainians and Ukrainian drones. And is fully occupied by the Ukrainians. And yet they'll still say, No, so right now they're not only doing a stalemate in some areas, but they're actually pushing in some. They're the rate that they're accelerating the all-out drone strike warfare, increasing the amount of FPV drone strikes and kills, is astonishing. It's accelerating at almost a like we're playing Factorio and we're in the end game. I'm pretty sure it's like the Russian casualties and strikes on vehicles and said targets have doubled in the last month. Like 5,000 to 6,000 a month. Let me actually see if Preston turned the entirety of into an island. They're blockading the entire region. Don't worry about it, man. You're good.
Tough spot right now. And look, I'm trying to stay grounded and not exaggerate what's happening here, but we're in the midst of some serious change, and it's the Russians themselves that are sounding the alarm. On top of that, we just got news that Ukraine is now leveraging U.S. satellite imagery for near real-time targeting. For Russia, things aren't getting better, they're getting worse. Now, starting out with an assessment here from Russian media Rybar, they say, quote, Ukrainian formations continue striking the land route to Crimea. Visual confirmations of strikes come primarily from Ukrainian sources after Russia introduced restrictive measures. Fuel shortages, queues at gas stations in Crimea, and rationing remain persistent signs of problems. And this is what we've seen in recent days, where Russian government officials in Crimea have made clear to the people there that they do not have fuel.
No,
available
you don't
to
have to
fill.
retract
They're saying,
that statement,
don't
bro.
line up at the station.
You're right.
Don't try to.
This is actually the main thing that's really fucking the Russians up right now in terms of like morale for the citizens and their propaganda efforts, is that literally anything from 0 to 5 to 600 kilometers out actively daily being hit. That citizens in Russia are like, we're essentially defenses to be seen or heard of because they're being wiped out. There's so many drones in the air, and there's so many drones targeting everything. If you're a radar system, you're just gonna get seen and you're gonna get wiped out. In like, I think it was like a week, they knocked out like 11 Russian missile defense systems, which you think, oh, that's just a small amount in the grand scheme of things. But if you have that every week for dozens of weeks, there's entire. Why are you retracting all? Okay, but I'm gonna have to ask you to stop deleting comments. Like, I can't even read your messages and determine if they were bad or not. We don't do that. You send your message, you send your message. I mean, for the credit of the Ukrainians, due to the drones being how drones are, they are very accurate. The likelihood of them hitting a civilian population center and negatively impacting civilians has dramatically lowered, which I think is a good thing. But that only downside is that it requires a military that's willing to not target civilians. The Russians will just target anyone. They'll use civilians as target practice. They don't care. They do, actively, as we speak. The Ukrainians are being watched. Their whole point system and how they make this war a game is that everything is being recorded. All the drone footage is being shared. And they can easily be caught if they're committing a war crime in such a manner. which is great. But it also documents how accurate they are in only targeting military targets. And they're doing it, and they're on a terribly efficient level.
Or gas. It's not available. It's only available for military and government services. That's a pretty significant issue that happened very quickly in Crimea. Now, I'm going to go to the map to show you the area we're talking about here. This is Deep State map. Zooming in, Crimea is already a difficult situation, right? It's a peninsula down here, the southern tip of Ukraine, taken over by Russia in 2014. If you're trying to move any significant amount of equipment or materials to Crimea, there's the land route via Russia here. This is Highway 280, as they refer to it. A couple different names, but essentially it's a land route from Russia through Mariupol, through Melitopol, and then down into Crimea. This is one of the land routes that's getting hit especially hard by Ukrainian drones right now. There's also the land route across the Kerch Bridge, more on that here in a minute, and then you have the Sea of Azov right here in the middle. Now, you can fly things into Crimea, so I don't want to pretend like it's completely cut off, but when you're talking about moving bulk fuel or armored vehicles or a ton of ammunition, it's just not feasible to do that over the long term in any size quantity through the air. You need land routes, either on road or on rail or overseas. Ukraine is hitting both of those consistently right now, isolating the Crimean Peninsula in so many ways. So Rybar continued by saying, with the decline in ground cargo transportation volumes, the enemy has shifted strikes to the Sea of Azov waters. Online sources have reported the destruction of 5 cargo vessels. This is a logistical progression. Having severely disrupted land communication, Ukrainian forces are moving to disrupt alternative supply routes. Again, land routes getting...
Some ladies need to get. Then conversely, some men need to be hit back.
Shut down, at least restricted. Now they're going after the sea route. They say, quote, the next target will likely be the Crimean Bridge. Haven't seen that in a little while, but zooming down here,
if they take out that bridge, they have to take it out totally. I mean, the entire fucking length of that bridge needs to be effectively knocked out to where they have to start repairing that bitch for literally months, if not years. Because right now, yes, they'll knock out some parts, but then they'll immediately get it fixed after just a few weeks or months, and it doesn't really affect anything in the end. So they need to destroy that bridge permanently. It was a Russian creation to begin with. This didn't exist before the war. It doesn't need to exist now.
Connection to Crimea from mainland Russia in the south. And others bypass supply routes to the peninsula. The enemy's goal is not only to cut off supplies to southern troop groupings, but to turn Crimea into a depressed region with chronic resource shortages. Russia or Ukraine is implementing a blockade of sorts of Crimea right now. They're making it unlivable. And we've seen this playing out now for a couple of years. They've continually...
You know what I find the most fucked up? Right? Is... Russians are treating Crimea as a vacation spot. Think about it. You could be an occupied Ukrainian. You're in occupied Crimea. You're forced to stay there. You can't leave because you will be arrested. And then you just have a bunch of fat, poor, hillbilly Russians coming into your cities and town and everything and treat you like shit. And have the backing of the government to treat you like shit. And then they'll be on the beach, living it up, and thinking, yes, we're so sophisticated. While the Ukrainians, 250 feet away in their house, are having to be boarded up and stay away from y'all in fear of fucking retaliation. So, yeah, I genuinely think isolating Crimea from Russia and giving them a taste of the medicine that they've been giving the Ukrainians this for fucking a decade at this point, fuck them.
Gone after Russian air defense assets and airfields in Crimea. Now they are, I mean, the term being used in Russian media is new blockade. And we were
Wow, the guy who stabbed that kid in the UK, this Sheik or Sikh guy, he has been attacked in prison. You know what they did? Boiling water and sugar thrown in his face. I'm gonna be honest. I'm lucky the guy hasn't already been killed in prison, but
Wish he was.
I, 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 like, I believe those cops should also be thrown in prison because the guy kid is like slurring his words because he's bleeding to death. He's like, I've been stabbed, and the cops were literally like, no, I don't think you were stabbed, kid. Sit up. And he bled to death. And that's just what infuriates the hell out of me and everyone. Is just that they didn't give a damn. They treated it like it was a joke. And that's what you get. You're letting an entire group, a culture of people that are so significantly different. And then you have people who will use a legitimate religion of like tolerance and professionalism like Sikhs normally are, right? And then you have them fuck it up for everyone. Does Duna have an atmosphere that I can use a parachute in? Yes, but it is very thin. So, larger parachutes, more parachutes is better. On top of also, I'm trying to think, using smaller like engines that take away a couple extra pounds of falling so that you can softly land on the ground. One parachute? Don't just do one parachute. I would do like 4 or 5 if you're that worried about it.
You do not lay your head down. Show me your neck muscles.
It says about 7 people actually. Scientists turn yeast found in the gut of an ancient mummy into a very good sourdough bread. Oh, why? Oh, so that's cute.
Probably keep her eyes open.
effects very quickly in Crimea. Now, speaking to these strikes in the Sea of Azov, we just got some footage shared by the Ukrainian Unmanned Systems Forces overnight, where they say, quote, operators of the first separate center struck 5 enemy cargo ships used to supply occupying forces. They say a cargo ship was hit in the area of Berdansk, Zaporizhia, 2 cargo ships in the area of Yalta, Donetsk, 2 cargo ships in the area of Mariupol, Donetsk, so 5 total there. They say cargo ships entering occupied ports play an important role in the logistical support of the Russian forces. They are used to deliver ammunition, military equipment, fuel, and lubricants and other supplies for the occupying army. In addition, the occupying authorities systematically use the ports of the temporarily occupied territories for the illegal export of Ukrainian grain and other resources. They added that every ship that works for Russia is a viable target as this war continues. Now, you might have seen some news about how Azerbaijani citizens were killed in the strikes. The BBC talked about that. They say Azerbaijan's foreign ministry confirmed.
Yeah. Huh?
That 5 of their citizens had been killed in these strikes on 2 of the vessels in the Sea of Azov overnight. The foreign ministry did not specify, did not call out Ukraine as being the ones who carried out those strikes, and they noted that these ships did not belong to Azerbaijan. Now, this is tricky territory for Ukraine, no doubt. If there's any citizen from another country that is killed in these attacks, it does become a bit of an issue. In this case, it looks an awful lot like these were Azerbaijani citizens working for Russia, transporting Russian military equipment and or Ukrainian grain away from these ports. Now, Russian nationalist Igor Girkin, ever the pessimist we always turn to, said, quote, it should be noted that
Fucking Igor.
our side was
War criminal, by the way.
completely unprepared for the new
You remember one of those,
either technically,
a few
nor
of
informationally,
occasions
nor
that
organizationally.
Russian
Talking about the Ukrainian
missile
mid-
defense
and deep
systems
strike
shot
campaign that's
down
playing out day in
civilian
and day out. So,
airliners
quote, if any
with people
measures
in
to
them?
counteract the swarm of
Yeah,
medium-range
that
UAVs
Igor
with
guy
AI
did
were
one
being
of those.
prepared, they're not visible to an
And he
outside
is
observer
in
and
house
not
arrest.
known at all. And the enemy's actions, unfortunately, are
fucking
successful,
Moscow.
and the success is quite
Sick
obvious.
bastard.
If the new blockade, there's the term talking about Crimea, drags on for weeks and measures to counteract it are not found and implemented, the
Well, I mean, if you're pro detonates on the lunar surface, skill issue. Get good. I don't know what to tell you, bud.
the consequences will be extremely negative and tragic, and the strategic situation for our troops will significantly worsen, and it is absolutely inevitable. Again, to talk about the major concern here, what Ukraine has been doing is isolating the front. They're making it harder and harder for Russia to keep their forward forces resupplied. So we've got this one main route moving into the southern occupied territories that is becoming undrivable. There's already been reports, unverified, so take this with a grain of salt, that some drivers have said we're not doing it. Because so many vehicles are getting blown up, they're saying we're just not.
Can you make the quality of the recordings you play be less gramophonic? We're using big boy words right now, aren't we? What does that mean?
Not going to drive that route. If you start to see that, you're going to start to see a significant reduction in Russia's ability to maintain some of their forces, especially over here in the Zaporizhia direction, where the only supplies for these guys are coming through mainland Russia and coming through Crimea. If they're not able to keep them resupplied,
I
it's the
don't
type of
understand
thing
what
over the
videos I
long term,
record or
that
things I
formation
record
becomes
When
unable
developing
to
or about
sounding gramophonic.
all right, you can't have forces forward and not provide them regularly with fuel, food, ammunition, and
don't know what to tell you, bud. I hear the playback of my videos. It doesn't sound like I'm speaking through a 1950s microphone.
Ukraine shutting that off, making it harder and harder for these Russian formations to stay.
As we've been speaking, I've re-downloaded Darth Mod, which is the best mod pack for Empire, which came out. I love to brag about this. Imagine modding a game from 2009. The mod. Oh yeah, I remember how they did this. So the way they did this shit back in the day, because a lot of games, this is before mod, like mod compatibility was a thing. So when you downloaded these older games, they were normally in disc form. 2009, 2010, downloading via the internet was like a new fucking thing for a lot of places. It was genuinely astounding. So they just didn't have the ability for you to download those things. So they came via disc. In order for you to have certain mod packs, certain individuals would have that shit, right? And then have 2-part downloads, and then they would be treated as discs in the software that modifies the game files and then installs the mod onto the game, which essentially changes the game to an entirely different version. Oh man, I almost, like, part of me wants to go back in time and sit down on those computers and pull out fucking Rome Total War and re-download that shit and play it then, because it was something else back then. Just sweet little baby.
Here,
Come here, sweet little baby.
I'm gonna mix her some formula in this bottle and let her have it.
She's still hungry?
What do you see what she's doing? She's still fucking
That's crazy,
trying
girlfriend.
to eat me.
Oh my goodness. Ah. I know it's somewhere, and I have the original disc files somewhere. It's probably in the storage unit, for sure, of my Rome Total War discs. Those were something else. PC games came in fat disc holders. Like, they were thick. They were like an inch. Like them thick waffles you get for breakfast. Other than like a thin DVD disc, because they carried like what, fucking 11 discs in that bitch. Ooh, bless you. Oh goodness, it was genuinely an experience. Like, oh, bless you. Am I being a sneezy dada? Is that how it is?
She sneezes a lot. Here, let me check again.
Go. Look at that old style fucking download screen, man. Let's be back. Oh my goodness, you really want it?
No. She figured out what's wrong with her.
Copyright 2012, all rights reserved, Facebook page. USS Enterprise is not the word. Enterprise is. My 2-year-old, damn near 2-year-old, can't say Enterprise. What makes you think a barely 2-week-old baby can say USS Enterprise? USS Enterprise.
Say it.
Say it.
Yeah, that's about all you got.
Romulan. Oh. I remember. You want to hear something funny? This memory just popped in my brain. I didn't almost get in trouble. Someone tried to get me in trouble in school because they didn't like nerds, and I was bringing up Star Trek, and I called my friend a Romulan, and he was like, "How dare you? I'm not a Romulan." They tried to get me in trouble for saying a slur.
Okay.
I remember that. Oh goodness, bless you. Yeah, it didn't help that the principal in that school had Star Trek on his shelf. It was like, you called him a Romulan, yeah, and you got mad, yeah, and then she thought y'all were saying a slur, yeah. I think it was like 5th grade.
Yeah.
Like silly shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just not as enthusiastic.
Beautiful wife. Stunning wife. Tired of my shit wife. Goodness, calm down. Now you have Vietnam War flashback stares, but you know, that was me.
Why are you awake? Huh?
I got in trouble for bringing a snake in a jar at 4th grade. You know, get her to say C4. I want to travel. I mean, what is the TSA gonna stop me for a 1-month-old being like C4, C4?
Well, they're probably gonna take pictures of what the fuck is a 1-month-old speaking for.
I got in trouble. I got what is 2 days in school suspension for punching a concrete cinder block wall. Mind you, I'm not the Hulk. I didn't put a dent in this wall because it's a cinder block wall made of concrete and has 70 layers of white paint that's been there for 20 years. Nothing short of a freaking sledgehammer is going to make a mark on that wall. And this dumb deed gave me 2 days in school suspension for damaging school property. Yeah. Yeah. Stripper clip is a multicultural term that has more than just military background. Yeah. Oh goodness, hon. Come on, close. 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 There it is. Dark mod. Yep, lunch. Oh, that's small. Fundiumbb. Now, you know what's hilarious? This thing says, Darth Mod, Empire Total War. Oh, you think, oh my god, that looks like the Republic symbol from Star Wars. This is a Star Wars mod. Wrong. Wrong. The only reason it's Darth related or Star Wars related is because the guy likes Star Wars. The entire mod is set in period, either 14th century or 17th century or period. Trying to figure out how to get this to work. No? Yeah, it sounds like it, actually. Star Wars Outlaws? No. Not really. You're playing War Thunder? Shit. Yeah, I have War Thunder fatigue too, man. I don't play that shit no more.
Or just working on national security problems. What happens when that's not the case? What happens when these companies refuse to work with our military? And so you have to ask yourself, you got all these companies that are divorced from national security, and they don't believe in the basics of what they're actually. They're saying, oh, people deserve a right to have their own identity. Why are you erasing these people by refusing our existence? Oh, unless you're Taiwanese, and then we'll throw you under the rug. In a sec.
It was long before that, for sure. It flung into space. Why'd you let it do that? Oh, honey. I know, German boy. I'm just fucking with you. I'm fucking with you. Oh, there you go. Good boy. Oh. Jump. Give me a paper towel. My ROTC leadership is arguing in the group chat. It's funny as fuck. ROTC is military, kind of like a cadet program that happens in high schools for military branches. In schools. I was in the Air Force ROTC. Shit was crazy. My colonel, who is responsible for everyone, she was a bitch. Yeah. I say was because I'm pretty sure she's dead. And I'll say rest in pieces. Hope you're rolling in your grave. Woman was fucking awful. And I'm not afraid to say it. Plainly, simply.
Okay. I realize that's a really dangerous situation for our country to be in. So I want to start Andrel to save taxpayers hundreds of billions of dollars and to get people out of these advertising companies, these entertainment.
If not for college credit, you can actually get a genuine rank up. If you go through college ROTC, you can genuinely get like high marks through your high school and high marks through your ROTC in college. You can actually get an automatic promotion in a fucking an E2 in most branches.
Companies that are controlled by foreign adversaries and put them to work on the tools that are going to hold those adversaries at bay.
So, and
thank you.
give us just a moment or two on the difference between the way Andrew operates. You touched on this, but I wanted the difference between the way Andrew operates.
Okay, yeah, I don't blame him, but still. For example, America, 1783.
Oh, there are naturally occurring resources in this region.
Yes. What technologies do we have access to? As much as I love this version, I remember how the mod thing works. So you have like multiple different versions. You have they made a version where it's Ultimate Late and Uprising. Uprising being, turn of the 18th century, American Revolution. I was in a QRT of the Israeli border police. Can't say I miss it too much. Fucking border police got hard racket in almost every country. It's a difficult job to fuck with. Oh, gosh dang it. Okay.
Off the device under test. What it also does is provide a controlled environment so that accurate comparisons can be made to earlier models or competing solutions. But what if the new hardware that you need to evaluate is a giant rack that weighs nearly 2 tons and sucks back over 100,000 watts of power? Well, then you're gonna need a bigger test bench. And that's exactly what a suit center, but the Grace CPU that uses LP cam to
Jesus Christ. I mean, that's I mean, you're just a different flavor of law enforcement officer, really. Shit's stressing. Okay, I'm pretty sure 1700. Is that really considered early in this fucking timeline? Okay. No, then what's ultimate late? God, it's been so long since I played this mod. In a game that's old. Let's do the math. It's 2026. 17 years ago. It was 2009. 17. This game is almost old enough to pay taxes. That's crazy. Yeah, it is Star Wars music. Because the guy who did the mod was a Star Wars nerd, not because anything has Star Wars in the mod. Minecraft, I don't remember. It's been a long time. I am about to end this live though, because I have got to go pick up her sister from work. It's 9:44. I'm gonna end this live at 9:15. Was late considered in 1783. Okay, then why not do the uprising thing then? What's the difference? War Thunder came out in 2012, not 2015. Let's be clear on that. Minecraft didn't come out. It came out May 17th, 2009. I've played War Thunder, but before 2013. And if you did play War Thunder before 2013, you were considered an old guard, which I am. It's been a long time. All the other Viltrumites are scared of me. They think I am unstable. They think I am a monster. They think I am unstable. I don't even get a real name. God Christ. Alright, chat. Dude, I was 3 in 2013? Alright, I'm gonna get off here. Alright. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all for the support. I love y'all. Be good. Don't do stay out of trouble. Don't do anything stupid. And